fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The charred chitin of the Naratan clings to my nostrils, a greasy film that mixes with the metallic tang of my own blood. Inside the sweltering cockpit of my cheetah mech, recycled air does nothing to cool the heat that rises from my core. Sweat streams down my spine, hot and salty, pooling between my shoulder blades, each drop echoing the frantic thrum of my heart. I can feel the weight of Alara's gaze on me, even from across the battlefield, a spark that ignites a fire within me. As I pull the lever on my railgun, the familiar resistance of the magnetic coils humming beneath my fingertips is a reminder of the battles we've fought side by side, the victories and the losses that have forged an unbreakable bond between us. The sharp click of the loading mechanism is a metronome to the battle outside, a steady rhythm that steadies my thoughts. Beyond the viewport, dunes stretch like molten glass, broken bodies litter the horizon, and a crimson sun bleeds across the sky. Every fallen Naratan feels like a hollow victory, a reminder of the war that stole our breath and the innocence of the days before the sky turned red. Lieutenant Vera, Commander Jarrow's voice crackles over the comms, strained and thin as the desert wind. Sector 7 is collapsing. Hold until Imperial reinforcements arrive. The word Imperial tastes like ash on my tongue, a bitter reminder of the fire that raised our cities generations ago. Their promised aid feels like a gilded cage pressing against my ribs, a weight I cannot shake even as the engine rattles my bones. An explosion shudders the cheetah's frame, a sudden jolt that rattles the metal plates of my armor. I steady the targeting systems, my eyes scanning the chaos, then I see her. Alara, her nightshade mech glints black against the burning sky, moving with a predator's grace. The sleek hull of her craft catches the dying light, turning it into a ripple of violet and midnight. Trained together since childhood, whispered vows in the quiet of the training yards, and stole kisses beneath the twin moons of Narath. Now amid the roar of war, the memory of her soft hand on my cheek ignites a forbidden fire that burns hotter than any plasma cannon. As our mechs draw closer, the air thickens with tension, the promise of a reunion that goes beyond the battlefield. Alara's voice crackles over the comms, a husky whisper that sends shivers down my spine. Vera, I've got your six. In that moment, I know we'll face whatever comes next together, our hearts beating as one. The comms crackle again, and this time it's Alara's voice, softer, more intimate. Vera, do you remember that night under the twin moons? I close my eyes for a brief second, letting the memory wash over me. The cool desert breeze, the way her fingers traced patterns on my skin, the whispered promises we made to each other. I remember, I reply, my voice barely above a whisper, every moment. The cheetah's targeting system beeps, alerting me to a new threat. A swarm of Naratan drones is approaching from the east, their metallic bodies glinting in the dying light. I adjust my aim, my finger hovering over the trigger. Alara, on my mark, I say, my voice steady despite the turmoil in my chest. 3, 2, 1, fire. The railgun roars to life, a deafening sound that drowns out everything else. I watch as the projectiles streak across the sky, finding their marks with deadly precision. The drones explode in a shower of sparks and debris, their remains scattering across the dunes. Nice shot, Alara's voice comes through the comms, tinged with admiration. You always were the better shot. I can't help the small smile that tugs at my lips, only because you're always there to watch my back. The comms fall silent for a moment, and I can almost feel the weight of her gaze on me, even through the miles that separate us. Vera, she says finally, her voice barely audible over the roar of battle. I need you to know something if we don't make it out of this. Don't, I interrupt, my voice sharp with sudden fear. Don't say it, we're going to make it through this, Alara, together. I love you, she says, and the words hit me like a physical blow. I've always loved you, Vera. From the moment we first met in the training yards, I knew there was something between us, something special. Tears prick at my eyes, and I blink them away furiously. I love you too, I whisper, the words feeling both foreign and right on my tongue. I always have. The comms crackle again, and this time it's Commander Jarrow's voice, urgent and strained. Lieutenant Vera, we have incoming Imperial forces. They're requesting a sitrep. I take a deep breath, pushing down the emotions that threaten to overwhelm me. Copy that, Commander. Situation report. Sector 7 is holding, but we're taking heavy fire, requesting immediate backup. Copy that, Lieutenant. Imperial forces are en route. ETA 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It feels like both an eternity and no time at all. I scan the horizon, my eyes searching for any sign of the Imperial fleet, and then I see them, a formation of sleek, black ships cutting through the crimson sky like knives. Alara, I say, my voice tight with tension. You seeing this? Affirmative, she replies, and I can hear the relief in her voice. Looks like help has arrived. The Imperial ships descend upon the battlefield, their weapon systems targeting the remaining Naratan forces. I watch as they cut through the enemy ranks with ruthless efficiency, their advanced technology far superior to anything we've seen before. Vera, Alara's voice comes through the comms, urgent now. We need to fall back. The Imperials are pushing the Naratan towards our position. I nod even though she can't see me. Copy that, falling back to secondary position. I guide the cheetah backwards, my eyes never leaving the battlefield. The Naratan are retreating, their forces decimated by the Imperial assault, but even as I breathe a sigh of relief, I can't shake the feeling that this is only the beginning. The comms crackle again, and this time it's Alara's voice, soft and hesitant. Vera, when this is all over, when the war is finally over, what then? I pause, considering her question. What then, indeed? Do we go back to our lives before the war, pretending that nothing has changed? Or do we forge a new path, one where we can be together without fear or shame? I don't know, I admit finally, but whatever happens, I want you by my side, always. Always, she echoes, and the word hangs between us like a promise. The Imperial ships continue their assault, driving the Naratan back towards the horizon. I watch as the last of the enemy forces disappear from view, their retreat a silent admission of defeat. Commander Jarrow, I say, my voice steady now. The Naratan have been pushed back, requesting permission to stand down. Copy that, Lieutenant Vera. Stand down and regroup. Imperial forces will handle cleanup. I guide the cheetah to halt, my hands shaking slightly as I power down the systems. The cockpit falls silent, the only sound the soft hum of the cooling engines, and then over the comms I hear it, Alara's voice, soft and filled with emotion. Vera, I'm here, I'm right here. I close my eyes, letting the words wash over me like a balm. I know, I whisper, I can feel you. And in that moment, surrounded by the wreckage of war and the promise of a new beginning, I know that no matter what the future holds, we'll face it together. Always.